What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to one of my world-famous news reports. Today, on April 26th, I'm just going to cover a bunch of dots that I've seen in the mainstream media and around the interwebs and talk to you about some important things that I've seen. And no time to waste, so let's get into it. Antarctica. So this was a news report that I saw yesterday on Yahoo, but it was also in some other areas in the mainstream media. Huge soft disclosure here. Literally, the title of this article was Mysterious Shapes and Patterns Discovered on the Arctic and Antarctic Seafloor. And they threw up some pictures. So what they actually did is they announced that there was a detailed atlas of the polar seabed that was created through the use of sonar. And they found these like spiral shapes down there and what looked like a road coming out from the middle of the spiral. They put these pictures up and geez, if this isn't some type of like, hey people, start thinking about what's really going on down there, disclosure, I don't know what is. So, massive seeding of the consciousness there. And if you're not aware what's really in Antarctica, I'll just say real quick, ancient civilizations and some bases that certain peoples on this planet have probably created down there. So, long history behind that, I'll get into it in the future, but again, go check out that article because they are definitely trying to seed the public's mind. Next, we'll get into Snowden. Snowden just threw this out on his Twitter yesterday, and he was literally discussing the FBI running a child porn site. And he was kind of cracking a joke about it because you kind of have to use humor these days to deal with all the nastiness going on. But he was talking about how the FBI was told by a judge they couldn't run a child porn site, and they ended up going to do it anyway, and it was called Playpen. Anyway, go check it out. Snowden tweeted it. So obviously, on a mass scale, they are also trying to prep our minds for certain disclosures, not only with ancient history and, you know, the life that comes from other planets and secret projects and all that fun stuff, but pedogate too. But again, this is what's really important to understand is that they are just at the beginning of the truth-telling process with UFO and pedogate disclosure. What we need to do as a populace is inform ourselves about what's really going on there. So if the elites were trying to pull any like partial disclosure or bait and switch, right? They could tell people about some pyramids in Antarctica and, oh my gosh, aliens are real, UFOs and stuff, but if they leave certain aspects of disclosure out, like pedogate and human trafficking and the deep, dark, dirty, nasty stuff, then you know they're trying to pull some psychological op with your brain. So remember, they're seeding the consciousness now, but it's up to us to inform ourselves about what's really going on so they cannot pull a bait and switch. Anyway, long story. Let's get now into Wikipedia. Oh, before I move on, I want to talk about this real quick. Trey Gowdy, okay? Trey Gowdy, I've seen a couple stories floating around the internet. I believe Dr. Steve Pachenik even retweeted something about it, but a couple of the stories discuss some FBI agents that were like sent to Arkansas and that turned up missing and were found dead, and there was a bunch of hubbub like, oh my gosh, you know, Clinton took out another couple people, big surprise. And then I also was told today that Trey Gowdy is now in protective custody, apparently, because, you know, certain changes and certain sweeps in regard to this are coming soon. I don't know if all this stuff regarding Trey Gowdy is truthful, okay? There's no, like, verifiable links that I could find with those two missing deputies, and there's nothing also verifiable that I could find in him being in protective custody. Now, we know Trey Gowdy has been on, like, pedo hunt mode, so if this is true, I don't necessarily doubt it, but I'm just telling you, sorry here, got distracted. Don't let this get to you, right? You want to verify something is totally true before putting any energy or emotion into it. So, just warning you, discern at all costs. Now let's get on into Wikipedia. So I just saw this. It was funny because, well, apparently Wikipedia is starting their own news site to combat fake news, and they're calling it Wiki Tribune. And this is just absolutely stupid because I'm not far out of high school. I'm only 10 years out of high school. I don't know if you remember, but in my generation, anybody who is in it, every high school teacher you like ever had told you not to use Wikipedia as a source for whatever you write. But apparently we're supposed to trust them with a news site. So I don't know how. There's like first they groom people not to use it, now they're telling people to use it, so this just means they're on their last legs. They're trying to combat people like me and everybody else sharing truth out there because we're doing it too damn good, that they're pulling out all the stops, right? But I'm telling you, the truth trade's coming and there are no stops. You can't run, you can't hide, so sorry Wikipedia, you're going to fail there. Next, we're going to get into an electric rope anomaly. I'm going to put a screenshot of it real quick. This happened on April 23rd, and apparently in Canada, there was, because I've reported on this, and if you don't know, there was a geomagnetic storm that just occurred kind of over the weekend, earlier this week, but also, go check out my Ascension video, again, I know, shameless self-promotion. Go check out that because I discuss a lot of cosmic changes that are going on, and this ties into that because there's a lot of stuff that conventional science can't explain, and I don't want you guys running around like a chicken with your head cut off thinking the world's going to end if you don't understand the physics and what's actually going on. So anyway, go check out that video, but there was an anomaly of what I think is a plasma rope, but it looked like just long rope of like colorful rainbow. It was like Rainbow Road that Mario Kart goes and drives up on, but this anomaly, and the EPA was like, I don't know, and they actually named it Stevie. So that's really funny because I don't know if you remember with Boaty McBoatface, right? So in England they had a competition to name this new research vessel, and Boaty McBoatface won. And they actually sent Boaty McBoatface down to Antarctica, so who knows, maybe it was Boaty McBoatface that mapped the seabeds for him, and now the scientists named this electric rope anomaly Steve. So, I freaking love the internet. It makes me laugh so much. The fun parts of the internet, not the nasty parts of the internet that we need to take down. So, that's just the electric rope anomaly that I wanted to report on for you guys. Understand, there's going to be a lot more than just Stevie in the sky soon. Apparently, with that solar shift that we are so headed towards, one of the things that's been predicted is mass aurora borealis over the whole Earth. So imagine waking up one day or just seeing in the sky and you start to see aurora borealis encompass the whole sky, and you're not even near the North Pole. That would just blow people's minds. So that's why that's why I'm doing videos like the Ascension one and trying to tie a lot of that physics in together so people aren't so lost and we can understand what's going on. Next, blame the Russians, hashtag, right? Check this picture out of Hillary. It's probably the most funniest picture I've ever seen. Russians. Russians hacked, apparently, the French candidate that the globalists love in their election, Macron or whatever, and, right, frame the Russians and blame the Russians. It's not like WikiLeaks just dropped information a few weeks ago discussing how the CIA can frame hacks from any country it wants to. So, do they think we're stupid? Yes, they do, or they assume we're stupid, but no, we see right through their stuff anymore. So anyway, blame the Russians. Next, North Korea neutralized. So, North Korea, I am now believing North Korea to be a cabal proxy that the alliance, or the said white hats on this planet, I don't want to use Donald Trump's name because he is just a part of it, but the white hats are thus neutralizing this cabal proxy, and they are destroying ISIS, which they've been doing kind of behind the scenes, behind all the hubbub that has been on corporate media and even alternative media that they aren't really seeing. ISIS is being neutralized with a lot of bombs and a lot of Tomahawk missiles, and North Korea, I think honestly maybe that missile that they sent off that exploded was hacked by certain white hats or certain factions in the military that are neutralizing, again, the cabal proxy. So I don't think there is any threat with North Korea. Nothing to worry about. I think there's just, and I made this analogy in another video, but I didn't really explain it. I think of it as like Candida, right? The cabal is like that nasty fungus that lives in everybody's digestive tract called Candida. When you start to detox your body and kill off Candida, you'll get what it's called a Herxheimer effect, or an effect of detoxification. You'll feel icky. That's just what's going on right now, and a lot of people don't understand that, is that the Candida's being killed, the cabal, the deep state, and their proxies like ISIS in North Korea, they're lashing out. The proxies on the corporate media, they're lashing out. and it's a big, nasty fungus that's just being eradicated. So have no threat, and if your friends and family are like so scared, just say, hey, you know, your brain is detoxing, your spirit is detoxing, because you were attached to a lot of belief systems that didn't serve you. So a lot of people are mentally detoxing right now. It needs to happen. That was Donald Trump's point in getting into office. He was there to set fire to everything, and he wasn't there to fix it. I'll tell you that. He was there just to kill off that candida. And then lastly, I just saw this on CNN before I filmed this, so I kind of shoved this last little bullet point down here. More FDA cancer bull stuff going on, bull crap, in that this article on CNN, it says, FDA cracks down on illegal cancer treatments, which basically means that they want to stifle all of the natural competition that absolutely blows their pharmaceutical crap out of the water. And if you want to look into any real things you can do to help your body overcome this issue, let me phrase those words in a way that won't get me looked at. You can look into things like the Gerson therapy, the Hoxsey therapy, the Budwig protocol. There's Royal Rife frequency treatments. There's a lot of different things you can do to help yourself out that is not part of the system. We have to, you know, vote with our dollars, vote with our choices. That's how we vote for a better world, is not buying their products, not buying their pharmaceuticals, not watching their programs on TV, not buying their food, okay? You literally, every single choice and dollar you spend, choice you make and dollar you spend is the vote for a better world by you. So, preaching aside, don't buy pharmaceuticals, and educate yourself as to what true health really is and what types of cancer therapies there are out there. So anyway, April 26th, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Edit this, upload it, and edit and upload another video. Peace out.